Yeah, I think I ditched the glasses now. My eyes aren't as red as I use tampon anymore, so don't really need them. Anyway, I'm sure all of you have seen the Dustin Poirier footage, or the Dustin Poirier files, as people are calling it. This made me think about a lot of stuff, and I don't want to speculate too much or ramble on for too long, which I'm very capable of doing that. But for one, that was in Atlanta, so close to home. And for two, Poirier recently came out and said that he misses fighting. And I think we all suspected that from the very beginning, right? He didn't randomly get drunk for no reason because, oh, his wife left him and took the kids. He's not Ilya Poirier, right? We all guessed that he probably missed fighting and he doesn't have an outlet anymore. But that just made me think of a lot of things. And one of them is this all we're destined to do? Is this the future that awaits a lot of us, or at least me? Because think about it. Poirier never won the undisputed title, but other than that small fact, he had a better career than 99.9999999% of people will ever have in their lives at anything. And you might be saying, well, that's not true. I mean, there's a lot of people with like 10 million followers on Instagram or TikTok, and then, everyone in the World Cup that's playing on every team that's going on right now. There's like 100 teams, and each of them have like 50, 67 people. For one, I don't think either of those are as grand as fighting for a world championship several times, but okay, even if we take into account every world title challenger in every combat sport, or at least boxing and MMA, and like, okay, all the people on the World Cup are playing there or whatever, and all the billionaires, you gotta think about it like this. Poirier had a more successful, better career and made it farther than probably a lot of those people that you're thinking of, because 10 million followers don't mean shit compared to him, where he's got like half of those followers, but 10 times the fame, toughness, badassery, key memories, and moments in his career, and just a career in general. But even if you count all those as like, oh, they achieved more than him, he still did more than pretty much every single person in your neighborhood, in your city, in your town, in your state, in your country. Think about it like that. And there's billions of people on this planet. Even if we take into account that infinitesimally small percentage of people that has achieved more, by whatever standards you use to define it, he's still above 99.999% of the population in anything. He got farther than most people ever will at anything in generations at fighting. Most people will never make it that far at fucking Candy Crush Saga, or like in their jobs, as he made it in his career, in his job, in his life. So if even he's not fulfilled and he misses fighting, what the hell chance do any of us have? Now, that's not the way you have to look at it. Obviously, different things satisfy different people. I'm sure billionaires are miserable because they're rich, evil reptiles, and the happiest person on earth is probably some dude in a farm in Kansas with his wife and kids. My point is, money and success doesn't buy happiness. And maybe if Poirier did win that undisputed title, he would be a happier man and he wouldn't be getting drunk, cussing out police officers, dropping the N-bomb. Thank God the cops knew who he was. I mean, who doesn't know the legend DP? But still, what I'm trying to say with all of this is, I feel like fighters and people that train combat sports in general are kind of destined to go down a similar path. Because think about it, with most other hobbies, you can continue them your whole life. And listen, people fall in and out of love with sports like Tyron Woodley's hit single, but I feel like combat sports specifically, there's a shelf life for that. You can kind of train it until you're old or when you're old, but honestly, I feel like after you hit 40, you kind of have to slow down and stop. Like, you can still teach kids classes and kind of lightly spar, but you definitely can't fight after a certain age. It's not like a game of tennis where you can be 60 and just, have fun with your son. Maybe you can with fighting, you probably can, but it's tougher. And I know that goes for everything. As the body ages and you get out of your prime, everyone goes through midlife crises. Poirier's probably going through a midlife crisis right now. That's probably what's happening. But the fact is, he's got a loving wife and kids, or so we think. I don't want to delve into the details of this man's personal life. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I mean, he defended her from Conor McGregor. Everyone remembers Joe Lee's wife. So yeah, I'm going to assume they have a happy marriage. And if they don't, not my business. But he's got a wife and kids, almost won the world title, but still has like a 30-8 record. And he's richer, more loved, and more famous than most people ever will be in their entire lifetimes and family trees and everything, but also than most fighters will ever be. And he still misses fighting so much to the point where he's getting blackout drunk and going on crazy rampages states away from home. He has a hot sauce brand, for crying out loud. What more does this man want from life? No, but seriously, I sadly feel like this is a future that maybe I'll kind of fall into, and that a lot of other people will too, once we get to an age where we're unks, or not even unks, where we're OGs, and we can't fight anymore. We can't train like we want to, we can't compete at all, and unlike Poirier, we didn't reach the pinnacle of the sport, or